Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Well, today my content is a little different, but I thought it is going to be very appropriate, just given the fact that this is the month of love, yeah, Valentine's Day, Rose Day, so and so, etc., etc. So, no, I'm not here to talk about love today. I'm talking about the exact opposite of it. What happens when you are in an abusive relationship? Or are you aware whether you are in an abusive relationship? Hi, this is Rashmita and you are on Evolve #21, and today I am going to talk to all my young viewers and otherwise also to check signs for an abusive relationship. So what is abuse? Is only beating up your girlfriend or your wife abuse? No. Abuse can be physical, it can be emotional most of the times, it can be sexual, and it can also be financial. So yes, there are abuses most of the times. Now, I am not a psychiatrist, I am not a psychologist, and so how am I talking about it? Well, I have been into an abusive relationship not just once but twice at a very young age, and so I really know the pattern. And I have spoken to many people who have gone through this, and hence I've done my research before I'm putting forward this video to you. So, what should be the signs that you should be looking out for, whether you are in an abusive relationship or not? Now, all of these signs might not be present, but if you are in a relationship which has more than one or two signs, just be a little careful. Don't take it too far. Okay, so before I go on to the signs, let's talk about how an abuser works. All abusive relationships, mostly that has been seen, they all start with a whirlwind love affair. Yeah, a love affair that you can only dream of. It only happens in the movies, yeah. Your lover turns out to be extremely charismatic. There's too much of love in the air. I mean, you feel like you are on cloud nine. Hey, take a break. Take a break, yeah. That's not so good. When you are so away from reality, when you are in Disney World, it's all fictitious. Right. So let's come down and find out what could be the signs of an abusive relationship. First and foremost, when your relationship is going too fast, it's abnormally fast, that's when you should just hold your horses a little. I mean, if your partner wants to see you every day, if he or she is constantly texting you every time, or if he or she wants to go out with you every time you're going out, or wants to do things to overwhelm you. I mean, when things are just too fast to be true, that is where you should think about it. Point number two, if your partner has a controlling behavior. Now, it will not come out to you as a controlling behavior, because you will think that, oh, it is out of so much of love that he or she is doing this. But it is more like he constantly wants to be around you. He constantly wants to see that you are kind of doing well. You are feeling good, and that can be a little claustrophobic at times. But they will not just let go. They will be there. They are going to control every little thing, like how you wear your hair, what kind of dress, what suits you best, and they are going to make you feel that they are doing it for your betterment. But that is not true. What they're trying to do actually is they're trying to isolate you from everybody, from your friends, from your family. It's like, I don't like you going out so much with your friends. I don't like you spending so much time with your family. You should be with me. You are mine, because my world goes around you. No, if that is happening, please, my dear friends, take a check. Take a rent check. Okay, number 3, guilt trips. Sending you on strong, very strong guilt trips. You have an emotional outbreak. Sending you on guilt trips. Why? Why did you do this? I feel so bad that you did this. Why did you go for the movie without telling me? Why were you talking to that person? You know I don't like it. So this person is going to send you on guilt trips where you are going to feel bad about yourself. And you want to feel that, okay, I was wrong. I'm hurting him. This guy or this girl here loves me so much. But what I'm doing is wrong. So that is sending you on a guilt trip so that you feel weak from inside and you cannot get out of the control that they hold over you. Number 4, they get into emotional abuse. So they're constantly loving love notes, texts, they're bombarding you with gifts even when you do not want them. And then comes the emotional abuse part, because then when you complain about something, they would come and say, "You complaining? I do so much for you and yet you are complaining. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? What have I done wrong? I mean, why are you complaining? What are you complaining about? What about this that I gave? What about the extra things that I did for you?" So that is the emotional abuse. So emotional abuse is when you get emotionally broken. You get into a turmoil with yourself as to whether you were right or wrong. Number 5, there might be times when they give you ultimatums, right? That will come a little later in the relationships. Things like, if you do this, then I'm not going to see you today, or I'm not going to call you up, or if you do this, it could even go down to the extent of, if you do this, I'm going to take my life. I can't live without you. So I will be devastated. So they are always trying to grab your attention by giving you an ultimatum, which is not too good. I mean, you're always on your toes. Then comes the bad part, the physical abuse. Now it doesn't come with what we see in the movies, etc., etc. It comes with small things, right? Physical abuse, please don't think that a slap is a physical abuse. Even holding your hand too tightly against your wishes is physical abuse, and it always starts like that. So holding your hand, pulling your hair, or maybe just tugging at your earlobes, or just being a little more physically aggressive. That is how it starts, and it ultimately ends up to hitting you. So that's physical abuse. Next, what comes next? So next is having a bad temper. So your abuser usually has a bad temper. That means that he constantly threatens you that if I lose my temper, this is what is going to happen. If this is what is if you don't abide by my rules, this is what I'm going to lose my temper. And you know what happens when I lose my temper. So the victim is scared that if I do this or if I do that, the other person is going to lose temper and the consequences are not going to be good. So again, he's constantly controlling you. It's all about control. Physical abuse or any kind of an abusive relationship or any kind of a narcissistic relationship is all about control, where the one person wants to hold all the cards and leave the other person at the mercy of that person. Okay, moving on to the next point. Forces you to do things that you don't want to do. That could be physical, emotional, or financial, anything. So probably you don't want to go for somewhere, but you will be forced to. You don't want to talk to somebody, or you don't want to attend something, you will be forced to, and you don't want to spend so much, or you want to spend so much but the other person will not want to. So that's also financial abusing. So that is the force that they will use upon you. That is also abusive. Next is criticizing you, even for small things. Like if you do something wrong, there's going to be a huge amount of criticism about it, but don't you worry, the criticism will be followed by, okay, I forgive you for it, because the other person has to look wonderful in front of you. So even after all the criticism that you're going to get for your very little mistake, or sometimes no mistake at all, the other person is always going to tell you, but I forgive you, it's okay, don't do it the next time. Because he wants to turn out, because abusive people usually have an ego problem. They have an ego to pamper. Usually they feel very inferior about themselves, and that is why they become so abusive. So what they do is they want you to feel bad so that they feel good, and they feel kind of above you, and so that is a feeling that they want to nurture amongst themselves by making you feel bad, criticizing you, but then saying that it is okay, I am the greater person here and I forgive you. The last but not the least is pick up a fight over small things. Very small things that are not even worth fighting about, they'll pick up a fight. And why do they want to do that? Because they are constantly looking for factors to show that they are the dominant people in the relationship. So they will pick up a fight, and the fight will end up either violently or non-violently, or the fight will end by one person, the abuser, saying that, okay, I don't want to talk about this, I forgive you for whatever you've done. Ultimately, the end result of the fight is you are going to feel bad about yourself, and the other person is just going to feel happy pampering his or her ego. So if you are going through any of these signs in your relationship, or if you know of people who are going through any of these relationships, please let them delve into their relationship, because this is not natural. You are into an abusive relationship, and the faster you get away from an abusive relationship, the better it is. I did not understand it when I was in my early 20s, but I understand it now. Okay, so if you have unfortunately been into any kind of an abusive relationship, or if you know of people who have been into abusive relationship, please do share your experience in the comment section. You can go completely anonymous. I have learned from my experiences and my talking to others, but you might be having a different experience altogether, and let us all share so that we know when to get out of a relationship. Abusive relationships not only take a toll on your mental health, but also takes a toll on your physical health. So let's live a very healthy life. Please do share this video for everybody you know around you, so that there can be more consciousness about when to get out of a relationship, what is an abusive relationship. Many people do not even know that they are being abused. Some people think that only getting hit or only being physically abusive is what is abusive relationship. No, you're wrong out there. It only gets worse with time. So thank you very much. I hope this video will be good for you. Do keep sharing and subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day. Bye-bye.